Welcome in, Lucky Lefty Podcast, Onora Boys in the building. Brought to you by Onora Whiskey, OnoraWhiskey.com. It is that premium American whiskey, OnoraWhiskey.com. And if you drink, by all means, make sure you do it
responsibly.
Let's get it, Left. Lucky Lefty, it's a Friday, end of the week. Hope everybody had a blessed week. Left, I got about an hour, 20 minutes in me because my boys fighting the line out tip off.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? 8:45 Central, we got to be done. We got to be done. Hey, I'm sorry. I love you. L Nation, Notre Dame fans, but 8:45, I'm going to be on that couch right there in that next room.
That's right.
Got my setup. I don't have the Onora whiskey though. I'll be drinking of the Spirit of the Lord, praying that we can win this game. Hey, I'm gonna send the prayers up, man. I'm gonna send the prayers up, love. We are brought to you by Onora Whiskey, OnoraWhiskey.com, as always. And as you can see, it is official. We are finally brought to you by Believe Network. Not only should you believe in Notre Dame, but make sure that you believe in Lucky Lefty Podcast. Available right now, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Go ahead, lock in with us, download. We have our own distribution deal. God has been blessing us continually. And you need to go to LuckyLeftyPod.com. Go right now, LuckyLeftyPod.com, and hit the store and go check out all the new merch. We're going to be adding new merch each and every weekend. Lucky Lefty merchandise, hoodies, coffee mugs, t-shirts, crew necks. We're going to be doing some special stuff. We're going to be dropping Left's cookbook for 2025 coming up soon as well. LuckyLeftyPod.com. And not only that, patreon.com as always /Lucky Lefty Network for lucky legends and players only. You already know we are the home of the misguided passion. And we're going to be forever committed to making sure that we spin it different. So Left, go ahead, man. I'm going to give you like 30 seconds, man. Go ahead and talk about your fake prodigy. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. So it doesn't come up later when we're talking serious business, not fraudulent business. Serious
fraudulent business? Oh, I don't know. That wasn't no fraudulent performance. Just like he said, he's been working on this game in the G League, wanted to show what he was working on. And the team got total confidence in him. It's fouled him. But he almost put Giannis in the mixtape from the G League. Giannis, MVP, NBA champion, MVP in the finals. He almost put him on the ESPN top 10 highlight.
Couldn't finish.
It was a like he said, it was a foul, but it was a foul.
Couldn't finish.
And it's called, but he ain't gonna get no calls because he's still working his way up. And they didn't want to embarrass the NBA champion, two-time NBA MVP and the NBA Finals MVP too. They didn't want to put him on like he didn't want to do him like that. LeBron was ready to stand up and it's a family affair. So when you got one James out, another one's filling in, and I'm seeing All-Star in his near future.
All-Star, the G League. Oh, you talking about when the G League is played All-Star weekend? That's
now, why would you say you just scored 17 in the second lead score on the team?
Let me use his father's own GIF.
Oh my goodness. He's the second leading scorer in the game from the G League. So,
yeah. And I told you, Julian Phillips has been the second lead scorer for the Bulls twice this year. Do you know who Julian Phillips is?
Nobody cares. We care about
and he's probably better than LaFraud Jr. over there.
Man, that's
Lucky Lefty Podcast. Oh, I'm ready. Let's get it. Today, we will hear from quarterback coach Gino Guidugli and the three starting quarterbacks in the Notre Dame quarterback competition. Boy, did we hear some stuff today. And I cannot wait to play these clips for Left, because Left is going to dissect it, give you a food analogy. He's going to rank them. He's going to tell you everything you need to know. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. It's coming up. We'll get to Gino first. Gino first and quarterbacks in the second for the show left. And then, as you said before, Trey Taylor, 27 quarterback, was on campus today with a star-studded group of 27 prospects. And we found out the plans that Notre Dame has for their quarterbacks. And we're going to tell you about that coming up in the second half. So stay tuned, man. We're locked and loaded today. So left, man, Gino Guidugli. The spotlight is on you, sir. No more hiding for you. No more hiding for you, Gino. No. Gino Guidugli. This is what he had to say, left, when he was talking about the growth and what he's expecting from his quarterbacks and how they should grow in the spring, left. Let's see what Gino had to say, left.
There's a ton of growth. Through 2 days, it's been really good, though. Kenny, Steve, and CJ, even though it's kind of been abbreviated practices, have all been really good. I'm happy with the growth from last season to this spring. I think all three of them have total command of the offense, being in their second year in this offense. It's nice to have some consistency there where guys can kind of build on the foundation from last year. And, I think it's a nice challenge, too, this spring, having a different defense to see structurally. I think it's going to challenge these guys, and I'm really excited for the rest of the spring.
What's the balance of developing but also letting them go compete?
Oh, they're going to compete every day. I think that's part of the development is those guys got to go out and compete. We got to put them in situations to see how they respond, to see how those around them respond. And that's the nature of the beast of our position. Is you got to go out there and make those people around you better.
How do you balance out the reps this spring?
It's going to be equal, and we're going to do our best to give everybody equal opportunities as far as overall snaps in a practice and also overall snaps with the first group and the second group. Where that at times can kind of get uneven is when you get into the scrimmage days and the call-up periods where the practices aren't necessarily scripted. So you and I are supposed to get equal amount of series. My series goes 16 plays because we go on a long drive. Your series goes 3 and out. It is kind of what it is at that point. So outside of those days, those will still be scripted to kind of get everybody the same opportunities as far as series. Outside of those days, it'll be all scripted.
It'll be all scripted. Sorry for cutting them off, left. I'm usually a better editor than that.
No, it's good. It's going to be exciting. I think that having it scripted, you get a baseline of guys. It's the spring, so you're not necessarily putting in the game plan scheme for the week. So everything should be a building block process. It's still early in this process of, not only the quarterback competition, but just the offense in its infancy. Every year you kind of start over and build from the ground up. So having it scripted is a good baseline of just seeing where guys are at and kind of what direction we'll go in based on what we can do the best. I'm sure Denbrock has 15 million plays that he probably wants to put in, but he's probably got to most likely put his base stuff in first and then layer it like a cake. So for the first week or so, you're not going to see too much of one guy having their plays for them because that's based on their strengths, and another guy having their plays for them based on their strengths. The only time you'll really see something kind of like that is in the live periods and scrimmages when Denbrock can get a feel for what works and what doesn't for each quarterback, because he's in Denbrock's case, he's practicing the way he's calling plays himself. He's in a training mode himself. So that's why he's probably not as keen to just deciding right away this is the guy, because he probably wants to see how he is on a chemistry level calling plays and scrimmages and team situations and live periods, and that may have you. So for this to be the first couple of days of practice, you don't get the baseline offensive stuff, the calls, the formations. Today, this is all about just looking pretty when you're supposed to, making the reads easy because it's easy, easy intro rollout, so to speak. And most importantly, it's just about how you're getting the team where they're supposed to be, right? Are you huddling up right? You get guys running to the line. Are they lining up right? Everything right now is about communication and over communicating from the quarterback position. And this is where that sense of urgency and leadership starts for a quarterback trying to gain that that team feel, right? Because you're trying to, what guys are responding to you in what way. What if you try to press the gas a little bit? Are guys going to respond to you? Are they? So it's a fill out process. What's your cadence like? Even little competition stuff. Is my cadence louder than other guys? Stupid stuff like that. But you're just getting your feet wet, and it's good to see Gino Guidugli, have that right mindset of going about the proper way of doing a quarterback competition, and guys are just falling in line.
I kind of like the fact that you in this competition, it seems like you're gonna play yourself. They're gonna let you play yourself. Because he's like, yo, everything's gonna be equal. When we get to series, when we start going against good on good, if it's a 15 play drive, they get more work. Hey, you got a 3 and out, you just got the short end of the stick, But that, puts emphasis on running the offense, moving the chains, getting points on the board, making sure that you take full advantage of every opportunity and every series that you get. I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah, and that's kind of what you need to find ways to create those challenges.
I can't hear you, Left. I don't know what happened.
Can you hear me now?
No, I got you. Go ahead, Left.
Oh, yeah. So, at the end of the day, you got to find enough challenges and ways because you can only practice for so long, and the script is the script. So within those periods of competition, you got to find ways to make it count and put stress on this quarterback room that you just don't have an unlimited amount of tries. And so the times that you are getting in, you got to make those count. And that's where you sharpen your knife and hone your skills, because those type of pressure situations for the quarterback, because, you get 3 and out, you done for the day, or you got to wait, or there's a lot of anxiety that you have to sit with, that when you watch film, you only got 3 plays, you're watching it yourself, and then you got to watch everybody else's film so it's just it's a mental thing. And that's where you see who's cashing in on when it matters, right? The team itself, they ain't thinking nothing of it as much as the quarterbacks are, because the team like, man, we don't play till August. I'm just getting in the rhythm. I'm just learning. Quarterbacks know we're in this. No, we started yesterday.
What'd you say? What the other day? You said we fighting for NIL checks.
Yeah, we
fighting for draft status.
Checks, the girls, running out the tunnel, getting called last on senior day. We fighting for all of that. The private jets, hanging with the stars, dancing with the stars. That it's limitless. It is unlimited, the access you get. Look at Brady Quinn, just eating it up. He's still eating it up. You're going to have, think about it, you get the starting spot, you're going to have babies wearing your jersey. Drew Pines, baby Drew Pines, wearing that 8 jersey, wearing that 13 jersey, you know what I mean? And then fast forward 10 years, they're going to be like, man, I was wearing that Kenny Minchey jersey, or that CJ Carr jersey, or the Steve. That's what it come with. You don't get that at every school. You don't get that at Tulsa. You don't get that at anywhere in Boston, Massachusetts. So it is awesome to see that the competition started yesterday for the quarterbacks. And Gino's trying to moderate it, but I think Gino need to turn the heat up. Make it hard. Make it unpredictable. Make it as frustrating and simple, but frustrating for guys to fight and understand what it is to get those reps and make them count and challenge them and put them with the sorry guys, or, find ways to get out that it factor that this quarterback needs. And shoot, do them wrong, cheat them, give them the worst offensive line. You got to find ways in practice to do that with, because you got to see what these guys are made of. You don't know. There's no 12, 16 games where you can just flip through and then decide. These guys got to be put to the test in a creative way that brings out that because at the end of the day, the plays are the plays. We need to know who's going to take the team down the field and score. Point blank, period. That's the raw truth. So I got to put Kenny with the worst offensive line. I got to put him with the worst receivers one time. I got to put him with one receiver. I got to put him with I got to make it hard. Who can do more with less? That's what I would think as Marcus Freeman, who I would want as my starting quarterback. Who can do more with less? The famous story of Jimmy Butler playing with the trash, not trash, but playing with the guys that's probably not going to make it on Timberwolves and then whooping on Cat and then talking about giving my money. Like, that's the type of stuff that you have to prove within the team. It's one thing to just make a choice, but this is the stuff within the team when you got the freshman receiver and Steve balling. That's the respect. That's when you go, oh, okay, Steve make it happen. He took this freshman receiver, KK Smith, he balling against Christian Gray all day. Those are the type of things that gain the respect of your teammates as a quarterback and what needs to be occurring every day. Make it unpredictable. Because that's what the starting spot is. It's an unpredictable chaos. It's a controlled, unpredictable chaos because your schedule's the same every day, but you never know live bullets what's going to happen. So the preparation on day to day, throw QB test in there. That's what I like doing my quarterbacks. Give them QB test over things that you went over and potential looks and how to. You just got to do. As a quarterback coach, you have the luxury of not having to worry about putting together a game plan for calling the plays necessarily. Because that take you all day. That takes you all day. So you just get to tweak and toy and poke and prod of what you can get out of the quarterbacks the most, which is awesome. Because it's like, that's your world. You run it, which is why we get to see what Gino's made out of this year, because the production of the quarterback is a reflection of him. We didn't give you the pressure of Riley and Sam because they already came built. These guys you've been in the shop with. These guys you've been marinating and seasoning up the night before and throwing in the fridge for 24 hours. These are those guys. You ain't go to the deli at Safeway and just cop the quarter-pound chicken and a half pound of the wedges. You done prep the chicken with your grandma's recipe. Let it marinate. Set it in the refrigerator in the back.
You sounded like you were from Georgia right there, boy. You didn't say marinate, you said mar.
I'm saying, yeah, doing them type of processes. Because it mean more. Marcus Freeman, instead of making Thanksgiving turkey, he just ran out and got a turkey that's already cut up. So you can only get so good. You can only get so far. Because you ain't make it. Well, Gino Guidugli been in the kitchen. And he been working on his recipes for some years. Now the restaurant's open. And the main course is an elite quarterback. You got to serve that dish up. It can't be a 2,800-yard performance. It can't be a 3-star on Yelp. You got to open up the gates with a 4.6. Because you've been taking time. You've had the time. You haven't been thrown in the fire like Coach Brown in the receiver room. You ain't been thrown in that fire. You came undercover through the night. Nobody knew you came in. Didn't notice you on the TV. The only time we noticed you on TV was when you talking to Sam like, you got to make the play. That's the only time we remember you. Other than that, you've been the cool dude on the side.
That is the most memorable.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the most memorable moment.
And walking away from Riley because you like, man, I can't do nothing with this guy. That's all people know you for. Oh, and standing in the middle of the field with Deuce.
Didn't close on him.
Didn't close on him, but hey, we don't even care because at the end of the day, we care about right now. So I think that's a great pressure to add to the pressure on the quarterback position to produce. And so I need to see the mindset and the attitude of these guys framed in the right spot. These guys need to be ready to win, and it's not no friendly team. I wouldn't even play it in the media as it's some friendly competition. I'm cheering for the next. No, I'm not. Because we need attitude at that position. Because it's about leadership. If the team don't believe you trying to go somewhere and you just playing because to play Notre Dame football, then we losing 3 games this year. We need a guy that's like, nah, we going to the chip. I know that we didn't get it done as a room last year, but we're going to get it done this year. Point blank, period. We're not happy to be starting. I'm in here to win. And that's the mindset we got to carry.
Lucky Lefty Podcast. Man, let me tell you something, man. Listening to Gino, he seems calm, cool, and collected. And he was calm, cool, and collected when they asked him about the quarterbacks leading into the Orange Bowl. He was really chill. And
yeah, because I'll be chill. What why wouldn't he be chill? What did he have to do? He wasn't really, I mean, he didn't close on dudes, but who really we ain't mad at you for that. No. You ain't have to coach Riley and Sam because you ain't responsible for that development, so you're kind of hands off.
Yeah.
When you first came in, you was learning from Tyler Buckner, and you was just, I'm just learning. Like Chris Ash. What Chris Ash say? I'm running the Notre Dame defense. I'm just coming in and learning and da-da-da. And what did Gino Guidugli say when he first came in? Oh, we learning as a room. I'm learning from Tyler. He teaching me. I'm learning. So now, fast forward 2 years, 3 years later, this is your room. They're going to be out there doing the footwork you taught them. They're going to be out there reading the stuff that you talked about, progressions, so this is why this is so important that he is productive this year, because we're relying so much on what we didn't have that we know can make us better from the year before.
Gino, what's going to make the difference in this quarterback competition with the 3 guys that you have?
I told them I met with all 3 of those guys on Tuesday, and to me, it's about consistency and just building trust with your teammates and with the coaching staff that, I can't have 2 good days and then a bad day. It's about going out there and executing the offense at a high level consistently. And that's what I'm asking them to do every single day. And ultimately, we're going to judge them on everything: decision-making, footwork, accuracy. But at the end of the day, the decision-making obviously is a huge component of it, and just ability to move the offense and lead our offense.
For someone like Steve, who's had more playing experience than the other 2, is that going to come into the decision-making process at all, or is it just the spring?
I think in the back of everybody's mind, anybody in any profession, if they've got experience doing something and have had success, that's going to give you a leg up. And Steve at least has that in his back pocket as a confidence builder. Hey, I've gone out and started a game, played really well, won a game. Every time I've been called on in a game, I've gone in and been able to hold the offense to the same standard as the starter. Those other guys still got to kind of prove that. But the proving ground is practice. So, again, they just got to go out and whatever opportunities they get, make the most of those opportunities and be really consistent.
Yeah, I mean, consistency is obviously the major thing. I would hope they would be consistent on having guys in their reps and not just, Steve be the one for the one day and then he's not a one for another 3 practices, because that's just how the rotation goes. I hope there's some flow and consistency to it so guys can also get grounded. I mean, yeah, you want it to be great and all, but you kind of want to have some consistency with guys melding with certain other guys and groups, and it's early enough in the year where you can still do it evenly. And like he said, because these are all scripted and there's not spontaneous change, consistency matters a lot, because you are either watching the guy in front of you do the same plays you're about to do. So it's more like pay attention, and that's just the prelim stuff. We haven't told you to start thinking for other people. You know what I mean? We're just saying we're going to run right, and the next guy's going to run right. So if you're messing up the second rep, that's a problem. You know, that's an easy problem. But at the same time, you would hope all these guys do get some rhythm, and completions matter because they're all scripted. I mean, this is no freestyling. So I think it's important that guys before the guy that's going pay attention. He completed over here. You see something, you trust it or not. If not, do the same thing. Don't play yourself out of the whole point. Don't play yourself out of position.
I told you that's what it is. Somebody's gonna play themselves. That's what's about to happen
by trying to do too much because it's too early. It's too early.
Yourself. Yes.
Yeah, it's too early, bro. It's too early to overdo what we're doing right now. We're just rolling it out. Complete the balls you're supposed to complete, and let's see if we can get on the baseline of trust that you can do what we ask from a base level. We ain't ask you to change no protections and game plan. You know, we want you to, okay, we throwing this over here. Everybody hit it. Okay, cool, we move on. You know, one of them things. If you out there throwing over there or missing the throw, it's like, okay, you know. All this stuff should count. You got to think, you know, your job's on the line. So I'm making this as rigorous and strenuous as possible.
Yeah. I think it is going to be something that they should look at everything. It's like giving the keys. Lil Left, he turned 16. What you getting them, Left? I guarantee you it won't be a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. Even if you got the Skrilla, you're not putting the keys to a Lamborghini in his hands. No. You're not, Left. You're not.
No.
You're not.
We'll get you something nice. I mean, you know, because it's like it's you got to have skill for certain things too.
Yes.
You know, and this ain't.
Yeah.
You can't.
I don't even know at 16. Did you not? Well, my dad actually taught me. I learned how to drive on a stick. So
I didn't learn how to drive on a stick, but I was driving younger in the parking lot and stuff. You know.
Okay. It's crazy because my cousins down south, they were literally legally driving at like 14. Oh my God. Yeah. 14, they were getting driver's licenses. It was crazy, bro. They be in my grandfather's pickup truck. 14. We're riding around Jackson, Mississippi.
Yeah, the traffic different.
Man.
The traffic different.
Crazy. What's the craziest you ever went in a car?
Oh, I don't play like that. I drive speed limit.
You scare me, Left?
Yeah. I get there.
If I took you out to Talladega and they put you in a in a NASCAR, you would drive about 70 around the entire track, Left?
No, I wouldn't drive. No, I ain't.
You wouldn't even hit it on the straightaway?
I would sit in the passenger and let one of them do it. I ain't shit.
So you would trust somebody else to drive you in the car going 200?
If they're a NASCAR driver, yeah, absolutely. I'm not.
That's a lot of trust, bro.
A NASCAR driver doing it?
I would trust myself at 120 before I trust somebody else at 200.
Over the NASCAR driver.
Heck yeah, I trust myself before I trust anybody, dog. Dude.
If you've never done it before?
If I knew how to fly a plane, I would tell the pilot to get the heck out the cockpit.
But that's what I'm saying. Okay, but you don't know how to drive a NASCAR.
No. I don't have to drive like them. But I know how to drive one.
Oh, you just saying what you would do in the car. You would,
yes.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't say I was gonna be driving.
No, I wouldn't go 200. No, I drive it, but I wouldn't go no 200.
And that's what I worry about. Who's gonna get into a rhythm that they feel comfortable driving 200?
Yeah.
In this race. And then who's gonna feel the pressure and they can only go 160 and be at their best.
The pressure's only going to start building when guys start having those 3 and outs, and they got to sit on the sideline, and then one of them get a, like you said, 10-play drive, and they like, dang, the team going crazy, and you had a pick on the first play or something.
Cats doing dances in the end zone.
Yeah, and it's not that day. It's the next practice. Now you like, damn, I did go one. But then I threw a pick, so now I gotta, but nobody's saying nothing though. Nobody's being like, you need to do, but it's just like you know you threw a pick that yesterday. So now the next team scrimmage, you like, damn it, and he might follow it up, another 5-play. Got lucky, but everybody got hype, and now you like, damn, I'm behind 8 ball. You know, now you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when that's how you get to the who falls to the pressure. I think what Marcus Freeman should be looking at is, okay, he threw a pick first play, but the next day came back, put together 12-play drive, like it was nothing. That's what you want to happen. Now you're not trying to throw no pick and then respond. It's just it's all about how you respond. In my opinion, I thought that always gave me the edge. It's because even if I did bad, whatever that next drive was, it was over for whoever I went against. So that was my special ability, in my opinion. And that's what I felt was different. And that's the other thing these quarterbacks will find out through this controlled type of setting where everything's the same and scripted and all that. They'll find out what quarterback can't do what and where they should exist in, right? I knew I could run better than all the quarterbacks. And in my opinion, have the varying level of throws compared to all the ones. So that was like what I focused on. I'm like, I'm probably toe for toe with Ev throwing the deep. But I know I can layer throws where Ev just one speed demon. Ev could throw that thing, though. Ev was pretty accurate. But he a one speed demon. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, and I can run better than Ev because he wasn't like, he'll run, but he ain't trying to get right. I'm trying to get right. Now, he'll tell you he'll try to get right, but I was really getting right. I don't think he do. So I knew where I existed in is what I'm saying. And so that's what Kenny will find out and Steve will find out. This is just scouting yourself and scouting because this is a competition no different than all the quarterback competitions that got you to Notre Dame. Nobody's going to tell you, okay, he's up today or no. You know, it's just like you got to keep track of your mind. You know what I mean? Okay, you do this. Yeah. Self-talk, but that's also where that confidence exists and how you build your confidence, wavering to what a coach thinks or how the other guy did that day, because that's what's going to get you through it mentally. This is a total mental thing when it comes to quote-unquote quarterback competitions. And so the one that can just believe in themselves and know what they do best to help the team win, because that's what it's about, getting it done and winning games. And I think that takes care of itself. That's why football is the best, the cream will rise to the top type of places. Because eventually, whether politically done or not, agenda done or not, the team will know who needs to be playing. The team and the team responds to whether they're playing the right guys or not. That's just how football works. Because you put too much in it, it's too dangerous, and guys are trying to get places. So if you holding back on those three things, football's too raw of a sport to try to be political or act like it's not happening, sort of thing.
Lucky Lefty podcast, Gino. One more clip from him left. Of course. You know who the story is, so they had to ask him about that young prodigy that is CJ Carr.
I'm really happy, going into this spring, again, second year in the offense, CJ's got total command of the offense. He understands run game, pass game, protection schemes inside and out. It's going to be about him going out and actually executing them. But I think he's to the point now where the offense is kind of behind him, and now he has the ability to focus on the defense. What am I looking at pre-snap? What adjustments do I need to make? Which is allowing him to play with great anticipation. And that's the continued growth I want to see throughout the spring. But that kid's going to prepare every day. He's going to know the looks, and I'm anxious to see how that continues to develop throughout the spring.
You mentioned Steve and CJ. You might as well talk about Kenny.
Kenny's the same way. Kenny's going to provide you the most athleticism in the room. Kenny's a really accurate passer. Kenny's also just a football guy, and all three of those guys love ball. They're going to be in there. They're going to study it. They're going to know the script the night before. They're going to come in with great questions, and at the end of the day, all three of those guys could start a lot of places in this country, and we're fortunate to have all three of them on this roster. And at the end of the day, the competition between those three is going to make this team a lot better.
All this mastering, he ain't played no games to say he mastered anything. Like, but you know, I get it. You know, I'm excited to see whoever of the three play, obviously. But he talked about Kenny like, okay, he can give you the most in athleticism. He's very deadly accurate. Well, what else he looking for? And he's a football guy. What else he looking for? What else he looking for? What you got to do? Pick up the. So I think that Gino's excited either way because he can say, I put my hands on this.
He's not more excited than Mike Denbrock.
Yeah.
Hey, Hun, you seen my notebook from 2022?
Check the attic. Check the attic. Get the tape out. Gino get to be like, see, I told you that's why you pay me the big bucks. That's what he's waiting on, the told you so moment. He said, I got this. I'm cooking up.
Now, Gino does look real confident.
He embellishing a little bit. He said, the game, master offense, man. What he got accurate, like
cold. I've been doing my job.
I've been doing my job. He said all three can make the team better because of
I've been doing my job.
Letting
you know.
He said, regardless of all these guys that are super talented, super smart, master the offense, they all gonna make the team better. Just trust me.
Mm-hmm.
Just turn them over to me. I got you. So we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out.
Oh. So, ladies and gents, what we've learned today is that Gino Guidugli feeling pretty good about the quarterback situation. You know, kind of like standing before the media today, like, hey, what else you want me to say?
You know, one of them gonna make me look right.
All of them can start anywhere in the country, and we got the best of them right here. It is what it is. Lucky Lefty Podcast, Believe Network, ONORA Whiskey. Go tap in Apple Podcast, Spotify, type in Believe Network or type in Lucky Lefty. And we're going to pop up right there, man. Tap in, set yourself up for the automatic downloads. We dropped 5 episodes early this morning. So go tap into those 5 episodes. Some featured former Notre Dame running back Reggie Brooks. When we talked about in preview the things to come in the spring practice, they are just a few practices in. It really hasn't begun to heat up. And you just heard from quarterback coach Gino Guidugli on his thoughts about the quarterback room, the competition, and each individual quarterback. I like what I heard, Left. Indeed, I like what I heard. When we come back, it's time to hear from the quarterbacks themselves. And oh boy, you're going to love this. Lucky Lefty Podcast. You already know we spend different.
What's up, family? The merch shop is finally here. Lucky Lefty Network merch shop. We got it all. From the shirts to the hoodies to the hats to the nitty gritties. Come here right now. Shop with us. Come get the swag because you know, if anything else, we spin it different. You see the gritty. You see how we get down. It's elite.
You wrap me up in the color of love. There must have been an angel by my side.
Lucky Malik Zaire, the original Lucky Lefty himself, right there. SD2 Mike Sean Davis. Believe in Notre Dame, believe in Lucky Lefty, believe in yourself, believe network. Check in Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We appreciate that. Subscribe on YouTube. Hit that thumbs up for us. Leave your comments and questions because we respond to all. Left, let me tell you something. Before we get to this, have some heroes, bro. I'm gonna have to baptize you the right way when you come to Chicago. I just hate. You know what, man? Why do you always get stuck with fraudulent basketball players, fraudulent chicken? You just always caught with the frauds. What is it, Lef? What is it?
They share the same name.
Stick with your boy, man. Stick with your boy. Stick with your boy. You'll be all right. I got you. What's the hot dog spot used to tell me all the time? They used to have the little carts out there in Cincinnati.
Gold Star Chili or Skyline Chili.
So, you know, I wouldn't go to Dayton or Cincinnati.
Whoa, Dayton got
I wouldn't go. Wait. I'm sorry. I said that wrong. I wouldn't go to Atlanta and hit left up like, hey man, I just had some Skyline Chili down here in Atlanta.
Oh no, wait a minute.
And then be like, man, it wasn't that good. I just don't understand what's up with it. Like,
no, not y'all. Hold on, wait.
What?
Harold's that's a family-owned staple restaurant. That should taste the same in any place it go.
Who is battering and cooking the chicken, bro?
People from Chicago.
Matters.
People from Chicago.
Lies.
Why would Harold's hire Arizona people?
The Harold's out in LA, my daughter's like, Daddy, is trash. They don't even have a 4-wing on the menu. They don't even have a 6-wing dinner on the menu. That's not us. They not like us, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. You keep coming up. You keep supporting these frauds. Stop supporting these frauds.
Oh, y'all need to send cease and desist. Y'all over here. Somebody
Zach Levine, fraud.
Whoa.
Fraud.
What have y'all done without Zach Levine?
Fraud. Just fraud.
What
Jacksonville
what
Jaguars.
Without Zach Levine?
Frauds.
Whoa, we're building.
Frauds.
I know you seen this.
Love the frauds.
I know you seen the Jags building. I know you seen the Jag. What do you mean? The Jags going to be in the playoffs this year.
And on Madden, the video game.
It's about the video game.
Wait a minute. The Jags gonna be where?
Trevor Lawrence MVP 2025. Book it.
Okay. Are you as confident as that Alabama bet last year? You want to put?
I won the Alabama bet. They just won. They just lost in the bowl game.
You did not win the Alabama bet.
They just lost.
Stop.
Their final record was 5 losses or 4 losses. It wasn't the Saban season.
Now you shifting the goalpost. Now you shifting the goalpost because you were talking with your chest. You were saying it with your chest. They're gonna lose 5 games in the regular season.
Gus Fried Chicken. Okay, perfect example. Gus Fried Chicken is in Arizona and it's amazing.
Gus Fried Chicken
is amazing.
Do they have the same menu?
Yeah. Okay.
No. I just want to know. Do they have the same?
They got
menu?
the same. Listen,
I don't trust.
Who's it? Johnny 32 Lou Jack. You're my guy.
Listen to this.
Because you know what I'm talking about.
You understand that anybody can franchise a franchise.
Oh, here we go. Gus is no different than Harold's, a family traditioned, storied franchise.
Yes, and everywhere in Chicago is fire. There is no such thing.
Memphis.
You can't come here. NBA players come to Chicago, get here, and immediately go to Harold's in the hood.
Jerk 48 is better.
NHL players. You know who they are. Their league is literally 99% one way. NHL players land at O'Hara and hit up Harold's downtown
and
midnight
get food.
No. They talk about it on NHL Network. Wayne Gretzky talked about Harold's. The great one. The great one said, me and my son stopped and got 4 wings.
It was disappointed or what? Were they the good reviews or what?
Come on. I mean, I don't deal in frauds. You deal in frauds.
No,
so I don't know. I've never been around a fraud.
My guy, Johnny Lou Jack, he's exactly right. Gus Fried Chicken is amazing. It must be amazing in Memphis because it's amazing out here. So what's that say? What's that mean?
I don't have anything to say. I approve Gus Fried Chicken. I've had it. They also have Gus Fried Chicken on the East Coast.
Wait.
But I will say this. I have heard people say, well, stop. All I know is stop dealing with frauds that don't even have the same menu as an original Harold's. Stop
You got Chicago people out here
Stop it.
saying Duke's fried chicken is a Chicago staple.
I've never heard of Duke's fried chicken in my life. I researched it and Googled it. There is no Duke's fried chicken in the city of Chicago. You go search it, Left. Go search it. Go search. Where?
I'll send you the Instagram.
No. You don't have to send me the Instagram. Go Google it right now on your phone. Google Duke's fried chicken Chicago and tell me what comes up. Tell me the address that comes up. Tell me the address that comes up. Until that, we'll get to the quarterbacks. Because I'm telling you, dude. You got fraudulent Chicago people out there. First of all, you have to check and see if they're really from Chicago. You have to check and see if they're really from Chicago. Yeah. That's number one. Cats claiming Chicago or Arizona. I don't buy it.
Okay.
Where's their card? Where's their Chicago card? Pull it. Ask them to pull it. And see what comes up. Yeah, keep looking. Keep looking.
I'm getting to the Instagram page.
Keep looking. Duke's fried chicken in Chicago. All right. Oh, Steve Angeli, man. Steve.
Look, and they're famous. Look. Duke's fried chicken, Chicago.
What's the address?
Look at that.
What's the address?
I'm just saying.
First of all,
Chicago
put that picture.
AZ.
Put that. Wait a minute. So basically, he came to Arizona because he can't make it in Chicago.
Whoa.
Where's the address in Chicago? I don't want to hear nothing about Arizona. If it's a Chicago spot, where is the Chicago original spot? Exactly.
Chicago style chicken.
Style. No. Where is the Chicago
He's from
spot?
Chicago, Illinois. Look at that say.
Where is the Chicago physical spot? If he's a real connoisseur of Chicago chicken, I don't want to hear that Chicago style chicken.
Where's Orr Academy? Where's Orr Academy? That's in Chicago?
Orr Academy doesn't even exist anymore.
He went to Orr Academy. Huh? He went to Orr Academy. That's in Chicago, right?
That's West Side.
Okay. So we talking about
wait. Once again, I ask you, where is the physical restaurant in Chicago? I don't want to hear about a restaurant out in Arizona talking about Chicago style chicken.
That's what they said.
I don't want to hear that. Hold that picture up again. Let me see him. Let me see Duke's. I gotta see if I can even trust Duke with the seasoning. No, not the logo. Show me the owner. Show me the Instagram page.
Okay.
See, I have to see if I can trust the seasoning. No. Thank you. Corey.
Right, that's Chicago food right there.
The restaurant. No. I didn't say show me a clip. I said show me the dude. Go to the front of the page and show me the dude that's dropping the chicken. I need to see if I can trust his seasoning. You know exactly. I see what you're trying to avoid because you like that fraudulent stuff.
Hold on. That's him seasoning right there. Look.
That's Duke.
This is Duke. Chicago made. Orr Academy alumni. Come on now.
Hey, I ain't lie. Orr Academy straight West Side.
Okay, there we go. Hey.
Straight West Side.
You know.
But it's suspect that a Chicago dude couldn't establish a spot in Chicago and took it to Arizona.
He doing pizzas now too? Pizzas and super donuts now too?
Wait. Did that say pizza puffs?
Pizza puffs.
Okay, I might give him a half a Chicago card for the pizza puff. The pizza puff, or he got some footprints. He got some footprints. I give him a little love. Steve Angeli talking about expectations for the spring.
This is great. Oh man.
Oh man. I'm sorry for the
For
video.
the most part, just being a complete quarterback, being able to handle everything that comes with it, leadership, extending plays, making all throws in the field, just overall growth is what I'm looking for.
And then the series in the Orange Bowl, how much confidence can that give you just going into a competition like this?
I already had confidence before that moment. It's great to go out on a stage and perform like that, but I was already confident before that, and yeah, it fuels a little bit, but I'm just looking forward to compete.
Your freshman year, you saw competition between two guys. What did you take away from that? What can you learn from the experience, kind of sitting back and watching that?
Yeah, the biggest thing is competition brings the best out of people, and it really just makes everyone better. Competition is a good thing. The world is meant to be competitive. Just seeing that competition and other competitions go on, you just watch everyone get better and grow, so it's really a great thing.
Okay. Steve just seems really unbothered by the whole competition talk, Left. He's just like, okay.
No, he's bothered because look at how he was talking last year. Look at how he's talking the last 2 years. Oh, I'm
Wait a minute, Left. Wait. You said no, he's bothered.
Rubbing his feet. Yeah. He's like, man, why am I dealing with this? He said, I'm whatever it takes to be. Yeah. He's real matter of factish. Like, why am I dealing with this? Rightfully so. Now you gotta talk your stuff a little bit more. But he's on the right track. He ain't here to play around. One, you ain't got the time to. And two, you see the writing on the wall. You feel the heat on the back of your neck. Because you don't have more talent than them. So you gotta, what do you say, leadership? Those hit leadership. I gotta do everything else. Yes. Gino Guidugli said he acknowledged what Steve's mindset could be. I've played games. I've been there, done that. Not on no separating level necessarily, but I have that experience that they don't. So that should help in the consistency that Gino Guidugli's looking for, Tim Brock's looking for, Marcus Freeman looking for. He should have a leg up in that aspect. Now, consistency and then making plays, that's something that he has to get better at, making plays. Consistency alone won't win Steve the job because he's not more talented. And eventually you get tired of consistency because it doesn't give you the pop that you're looking for to get to where you're going. You can still lose games being very consistent because you need to be playing in moments where Gino Guidugli mentions Kenny Minchey being a guy that has the moments potential because he can give you the most athletically running the football. He's deadly accurate. He's a football guy. What else do you need? That's all the ingredients to make the proper meal for an elite quarterback. He doesn't glowingly talk about how accurate Steve is. He said Steve got great leadership. Gino's telling you the difference.
Low key, I guess Gino did kind of differentiate the guys with the way he described them.
He described all physical traits of both quarterbacks except Steve. He's just saying Steve been there and done that before. He should, know what's going on. But Steve knew what was going on last year and got passed by like it was never a thing. Passed by like a fat kid at last pick of dodgeball.
Let's see, dodgeball. Oh man. Lucky Lefty podcast. Only left, boy. That can't. They finally got you some good food at lunch, bro. I saw your IG.
Nah, they got this little Indian truck, man, and I ain't gonna lie, man. They got different flavors over there. So I said, give me the wings, dog.
Steve Angeli. Steve, what are your strengths? Steve?
I think my leadership, I think my approach to the game, my mental intangibles, I think those are some of my strengths, and I can make every throw on the field, extend plays, pick up first downs, and, lead an offense.
Back-to-back years with the same OC. How about trying something new like that?
That's great. Yeah, it's awesome. Having a staff, that really cares about each other, cares about us as not just players but as people. It's great, you know, to have some continuity in the offense and the verbiage. It's awesome. It just allows us to play faster, and especially the young guys being able to teach them and get them going.
How is it too developing the relationship with the receiving corps, a lot of whom are back this year? How's that been going this spring?
It's been awesome. You know, the biggest thing is just developing that relationship off the field. You know, understanding that those guys can call me whenever they need something, and we're always hanging out outside the building. You know, it makes it easier on the field when we're competing, and really just the culture of this team and, you know, the culture of the offense is special.
They got to get my guy, Levon Whitaker. Levon Whitaker would have said, what do you do different than the other two quarterbacks?
Oh, Vaughn is gone.
Yeah, I know he's gone. That's why they should have had my guy in there, because he would have said, what do you do different from the other two? Don't tell me what you do good.
Levon definitely would have dropped it.
Because you can lie. You can lie talking about you extend plays. And what extended play? What extended play, Steve? What are you talking about?
He said he can extend plays.
No, I like what he first said. His first set is, what is it? Your first mind is your first thought. Is your first mind, you know, what's it saying? Something like that. His first thought, his first mind, he said exactly what he was. He said, my game mentally. No physical trait. Because we're talking about talent and a guy with experience. He tried to add some talent on the end, talking about I can extend plays and I can make all the throws. Can you, Steve? Because if you could, I don't think we would have saw last year. That's why I said Levon Whitaker should have been there. He would have been like, so what do you do different than the other two? Maybe would have changed the answer. However, I do like the fact that he knows where he's at in this pecking order, in my opinion. He knows what he's up against, and he knows where he has to go to get that spot. I just don't think it'll be enough in the end, but I think his ability to make it hard for Kenny to be able to overcome, even in this last moment, I think that'll be better for the team, because that's only going to make Kenny better and then CJ right behind him. But I do think that his mindset is good to stay in it, because he can easily be like, man, F this, I'm leaving. And it can throw off the preparation for a guy like Kenny to be ready to start this year.
Well, Left, I actually like the way he described himself. He started with his biggest strength, and then just went to the, you know, the smaller areas, the areas where, you know, I might still need to improve, but I can still get it done if it's called or asked.
But the way the coaches treated the man in his own process should be enough, you know, for me to be like, I don't know. No.
He was asked about the young wide receivers with all of the injuries and wide receivers not being there in the spring like they will be in the fall, and the young wide receivers getting opportunities. Left, which young wide receivers stuck out for Steve Angeli? This is what he had to say.
Out yet at this point?
You know, Jerome Bettis has done a great job. You know, Elijah Burris, Jersey native. You know, it's no surprise he's doing his thing. But, you know, all those guys that have come in scrap, you know, everyone that has stepped up and, you know, started to make some plays, it's been great to see them and get more reps. And, you know, Coach Brown just does a great job getting them up to speed and just watch them go out and compete.
What would it mean to you to earn that starting role this year?
Yeah, be everything. Yeah, that's the ultimate goal, be everything.
What has been the message from Coach Guidugli as you guys sort of get started here in the spring of trying to separate yourself or whatever it may be to try and win the starting job?
Yeah, you understand you're in a competition with guys in the room, but, you know, really the biggest competition is you versus you. You know, other guys' reps shouldn't impact you. It's your reps. You focus on yourself and understand every day you're just trying to improve. And with that, gradual improvement just comes. And, you know, just through competition, everyone will get better.
See, you know, Steve describes it as like, you know, when you're afraid of the dark and you don't want to look under the bed because you know if you look under the bed, you're going to see something you don't want to see or think you're seeing. That's why he's trying to stay focused, because he know that talent is too hot. If he look over there, it's going to be over with. He's like, I can't look over there. I can't look over there. I can't look. He can't see them amazing throws by CJ and Kenny and think nothing of it. He can't. He can be like, wow, whoa, what is that? So, yeah, he's like, I can't look under the bed. I can't open the closet. I got to just stare at the ceiling until I fall asleep, because I know if I look left or look right, I might lose. So I like the fact that he's focused on what he's doing, but it's not a battle of him versus himself. It's a battle against him and them other talented dudes. Don't deny it. The only thing I didn't like that he said was that it would mean everything to start. And what did we talk about early on? We don't want no guy that just is happy to be there, happy to play. I want to hear the guy that's like, man, I can't wait to win these games, get to that championship. We was this close. He ain't even thinking about the competition because he passed the competition. It's the same as when guys say my whole dream is to make it to the league. Yeah, when they make it to the league, it stops. I don't want a guy that his dream is to start. We don't everything. Dang, we ain't even. What about winning games? Talk about, so the vision ain't deep enough. And that's why I was concerned, is because the vision for Steve is just to say I started. Like, damn it, I waited 3 years and I finally got my chance to start. That's not good enough to get back to a national championship. It's not good enough. That's no different than saying, gee, Willikers and good old Riley Leonard. Man, I've been here before. I know what this is like. Man, I played a couple big games. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. And then take it until about week 7 or 8 where you're like, oh, okay, now I understand. Yeah. Your vision was never deep like that, Riley. That's why we were raising you up to help everybody else. So that's the only thing I didn't like, is the fact that he said it would mean everything to start. No, I wanted to mean everything to win the championship. Because once you start, okay, let's say you're the starter, Steve, then what? Then what? You done put all your eggs in just being able to be called the starter. But you got Miami first game. You got championships and playoffs and 16, So that's the only thing I didn't like. But other than that, he's focused, and that's a good thing.
Yeah. All in all, I like what Steve had to say. He definitely, you can tell, he is the most media savvy of the three.
What does that mean?
He's very calm, answers directly. Not you won't hear he's been there, Left. He's been around the program, He knows what it means to be the Notre Dame quarterback. He knows.
He's very appreciative.
He knows.
Yeah, he's happy that they've accepted.
He knows.
And brought him into the brotherhood. He's had some moments, and that's it. Okay, now we got to move on to where we get to the,
Well, he might not let you move on. Lucky Lefty podcast. Kenny Minchey left. Now I'm just, just like, it didn't take much for me to recognize that he had the best tools in the room. All you need from Kenny is two clips. So this is Kenny talking about his strengths and his expectations for the spring.
Yeah, I would say as far as like the years past since then, I definitely feel more comfortable, and I would say more in control and just like closer with the guys on the team.
And then from the outside, you kind of touched on it. It looks like you guys have healthy relationships within the room. What kind of allows for you guys to have that?
I would say just like, you kind of see it, Notre Dame as a whole, like everyone in the locker room is close-knit. Notre Dame only recruits the kind of guys that can come here. So I feel like just like with the coaches bringing the right guys in, it's easy to click with them. We're all friends with each other. It's like no harm, no foul. We're just, boys just kind of growing up together.
What do you feel your individual strengths are in the quarterback position?
I would say my accuracy, playmaking ability, and I'll say probably those two.
Short and quick.
That's all I need. Playmaking ability and accuracy. What else you want? That's what I do better than the other two. What did Gino say that Kenny can do? Has the most athleticism, makes plays outside the pocket, and he's deadly accurate. What Kenny say? Oh, my accuracy and I make plays. What Steve say? My mentality. Okay, so we hearing the truth through the lines. That's why I'm here. Read between the lines. Kenny like, man, I'm about to tell you what I do better. Accuracy and playmaking. What else? What you talking about? What you talking about? They're not gonna say that. I'm gonna say it because it's true. When you're the best in the room, it's easy to talk about what you do better. Subconsciously, it's easy for you to talk about what you do better if you're that short and sweet because you already had it on your mind. Like, man, these dudes can't hang with me in his accuracy. I'm out here running around making plays, and they, how they gonna deny this? How are they gonna deny it? Steve told you he got mentality with a little accuracy and a little. He had to say on the back end, with a little, and I can make all the throws, and I can do. Kenny's like, I'm here, man. What we didn't have last year, accuracy and playmaking it. Okay, I got that. What we didn't have last year? Accuracy and what? And playmaking. Okay, I can do that.
I'm glad you said that because it leads to a question he was asked of the media immediately after he answered that question. Check this out, because I loved his response. And not only did I love that response, he went on to talk about some of the things he's working on, Left, and what he needs to get better at.
You said you can run as well as Riley Leonard did.
Maybe a little better.
How do you like Coach Denbrock's offense now in the second year, and do you see it getting more comfortable for you?
Yeah, definitely. Because when I first got here, obviously Tommy Reese and then Jerry Parker was my first OC. So having 2 back-to-back years, I know I was literally talking to Steve about it the other day. This is his first time having 2 OCs in back-to-back years. So it helps just coming in from, I mean, we were playing football 2 months ago, having the same playbook, being around the same coaches for the most part. It definitely helps it gel and click quicker. So.
Just overall, how do you kind of feel the competition is right now in that quarterback room?
I'd say it's pretty even-keeled. I mean, we're all just trying to focus on ourselves. So not really looking to the guys to the right or left, but just focus on what we can improve on. So.
And what can you improve on?
As far as the pass goes, I would just say decision-making. I feel like that goes with every quarterback, just making smart decisions and not putting the ball in harm's way. So.
Kenny, like, man, look, man.
He said he gave you like, look, that's what y'all need to work on. It ain't just me. I ain't gonna sit there and say. He said, I guess I can say decision making because we all need to do that. But just don't turn the ball over. I guess. I love what Kenny said. He said I can do a little bit better. What's a little bit better? The man had 1,000 yards rushing almost.
Coach Freeman said you told him that you can run better than Riley Leonard. Oh man, he let y'all. And then on that conversation, I'm about to double down. Probably a little bit better. Like what? I had 1 carry last year for a touchdown as soon as I got in the game.
And I can do it better.
That was the worst.
I had 1 carry for a touchdown, I can do it better.
Literally Left. That was the worst RPO fake. There was no chance he was giving that ball to the running back. None at all. It was the worst RPO fake in the history.
I need to get some skin in the game. I'm sitting over there. I need some love and adulation. I need to get in that end zone.
Oh man. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. I got Gino. Slightly off topic, but still a topic. SD2 Mice, do you think I have a diverse palate or a biased palate in food?
Definitely biased. I was speaking for you, but what do you think?
Have you had char-grilled and charbroiled oysters?
What they gotta do? That's one food.
Because I can go down the list of my diversity when it comes.
I've had charcoal oysters for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
You do sushi.
Yeah.
You do fresh food. Escargot, snail. You do French cuisine.
Grilled octopus.
Yes. Yes. It was me and my father's favorite, especially when you fry it up right. So what's your point?
Did oysters and crackers.
So what's your point? I'm sure I've had just about everything you've had.
I don't know.
My palate, because I rep my city. I'm always gonna rep my city. First of all, I'm in the most diverse cuisine city in the country. It's literally the best food city in the country. It's been voted by multiple magazines.
Multiple Chicago magazines. Yeah, I know.
No.
Yeah.
First of all, LA Times, #1. You have all types of chefs that will tell you Chicago is the most diverse food city in the country and the best. Yeah. So once again, maybe you need to rephrase the question. Maybe you need to rephrase the question. I eat at vegan spots, soul food spots, chicken spots, fast food spots, Asian spots, authentic Mexican spots. Like, dude, Middle Eastern. Oh man, matter of fact, I just found a Ethiopian spot. Yeah, in Bronzeville. It's fantastic. Yeah, my palate is amazing. I don't just cats want to put. It's amazing how cats want to put you in the box because you rep for some chicken wings, bro.
No, we talking about all types of food. You know,
you rep for Dayton, and the food.
Listen, the food is unmatched. You know, for per capita, unmatched.
It's like I just told man. Let me tell you something. I just had a conversation today. I had a taste. Me and the missus had a taste for some Italian, and we both were lazy and didn't want to go out the crib.
Okay.
So we just settled on Olive Garden, bro.
Oh, DoorDash?
Yeah.
Why you say it like you ain't enjoy it?
Because usually we go to like Little Italy and hit up the authentic spots. You know what I'm saying?
It's about 6,000 miles from Italy.
I said Little Italy in Chicago. It's a neighborhood.
No, I know. I'm just saying. You know,
it's a 25-minute drive. What are you talking
Little
about?
Italy.
Matter of fact, there's
a Little Italy in New York. Y'all trying to take their name?
It's an Italian spot 10 minutes from me in downtown Homewood. Like, dude, relax, dude. You just such a you're such a hater, man. You're such a hater. I don't know where you get this hater stuff from, bro. I understand.
Well, Chicago food is good. I love Chicago.
Just like LaFraud. You just like LaFraud.
LeBron is unmatched.
Just like LaFraud. That's all right.
But Olive Garden not bad. Yeah, tell him, Corey. Corey. Olive Garden is not bad.
Corey said Olive Garden is okay. It's
not
okay.
authentic. It's definitely not authentic.
It's definitely not authentic. We stopped that.
Yeah, it's not. Because there's too many other places you can go.
Bruh. I'm telling you, bro. You find an Italian spot, and now the best Italian spots, I'm gonna be honest, the best authentic Italian spots I've ever encountered are like New York in the boroughs.
Yeah.
Small, quaint.
Italy.
Man, I want to walk in an Italian spot and feel like Al Capone sat over there.
Yeah.
Giancana sat over there. That's the feel I want to get when I walk up in an authentic Italian spot. Like, okay. Yeah. Matter of fact, it's a speakeasy in downtown Homewood that is they renovated it. It used to be one of Al Capone's hideouts in the burbs, and where it was one of the pit stops of where he brought his alcohol into the city. They actually renovated it and turned it to a nice little bar speakeasy.
Now, I don't glamorize criminals, but that does sound pretty cool.
It's dope. It's like literally they have like a hidden room in the basement. Like you have to open up this little door. Yeah. It's like I'm like, okay, straight up smugglers. It's a nice little joint. I have to take you up there. They usually have live music in the hidden joint.
Live music's always dope.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I like it, man. I like it. But if you come here like Fioretta is a nice. Don't go to Italian Village downtown either.
It's not given. It's supposed to give.
It's real touristy. It's like a touristy Italian spot. Yeah, don't do that. Let's get to the Prodigy last but not least. CJ Carr talking about his growth and what he expects to work on.
I think back to last year. I watched some of those just early spring practices, and I was all over the place. I was a mess. And it's very normal. Just a new offense, really good defense, and mind spinning fast. And today was a great example of I felt like I came out and ran the offense, knew what I needed to do, knew where the protection was supposed to be, and had a really good day.
In the injury and having to sit out, but yet having such an extended long season, how much did that maybe help you in your development?
Yeah, for sure. It definitely helped me, mostly physically. I think just the weight stuff that we've done and the arm care stuff that I've kind of implemented has helped me overall, getting faster, getting stronger, being able to throw more accurately. It's helped with everything for sure.
Okay. I'm going to be honest with you. It goes back to something that you said, Lef. I don't know what prompted you to say it about a month ago. He might need to, how a puppy of a large breed is big, but still has the mindset of a puppy. Big breed dog. It's like 80 pounds. It could be like 80 pounds, but it still walks around like it's a pup.
Yeah, there's like I got a Doberman that's about 70 pounds, and he's only 6 months old. And he doesn't know how big he is because he's like getting overly big so fast, but he's just like, I'm a puppy, so I can jump on you. Like, no, you're 70 pounds. You're huge. Ain't no jumping on,
I'll never forget, man. I took my daughter, I have this picture. I'll never forget. Took my daughter up to the mall, and they had cages with tigers, and the kids could go into the cage and sit with the tiger. Of course, they had trained professionals in the cage, right? And
ain't nothing trained for a wild animal.
Well, ladies and gents, he just wanted to show the Notre Dame degree right there.
No, I'm just saying, you gotta be careful, man. They tell you, we're trained professionals.
So I'm first of all, I'm in there with my daughter. I didn't let her go in there by herself. We actually
you in there too? Shoot.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, look.
So me, I see like a pup. I see a pup in my mind. I'm like, oh man, look at this little baby tiger. And the dude had to tell me like, hey man, this little tiger can take your eye out with his paw. And I'm looking like, he's a pup though. Like he's like, no, even this small, he's like right at 95 pounds. And he wasn't lying, bro. Because they make you sit down in the cage, then they bring them over. And they let you pet him or whatever. And that dude laid across my legs, and I was like,
you felt it, yo. It was like, oh, you have,
damn, I can't move. Like, man, all right, you can get him up. Like, we good. We took the picture. It's time to go. But no, I'm just for that. CJ's to me still seems like a pup. He still seems like he is like, I don't know why,
like that's not necessarily
talented, but doesn't know really how talented he is. Left, he really doesn't know yet.
I mean, he don't know what it's like to be in there. Like he said, his head's spinning. If his head's spinning at practice, come on, man. It's not like he's going. You have to get in the fire. You know what I mean? You. That's why it's so funny when you hear Gino say he's mastered the offense. You're like, no. Show me the game tape where he's mastered something. So no, it's not. I think they have a lot of hope for him and his ability to be better than where he is currently. And the hope is for potential is great. I think he's got all the tools and all the charisma and all blah, 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 blah. He'll get there. Is he there now? No. And I think that's why, as much as the fans fantasize about him being that ready to go, his mind's not there. Not that his confidence isn't there, his mind's not there. It's a totally different. Steve's mind 2 years ago, like you said, it was like, man, this dude need to get out of here. His mind changed through experience, through getting in Penn State when he didn't expect to and do what he did, and getting in the bowl game and winning when everybody was young and leaving and they had a bet, like whatever. So Steve mind changed over the course of his experience, which is the difference. The experience changes mindset. Steve ain't in there talking about, yeah, the defense in practice is my head spinning. I'm trying to get everything. Steve, like, look, I'm trying to get that starting spot. Forget all that. What's practice like? He told you, I'm mentally there. Kenny, he's like, man, I got the talent. So it ain't spinning for me. I'm spinning the ball. Like, I'm decision making, whatever. Like, you know, we all need to work on that. And then CJ, like, man, I know I can do it. I just need, you know, some time. And he got a little G Willikers in him too.
Stop. Don't compare him. No, stop. He's got
the whole youthful, oh, I'm honest, too honesty thing going. Yeah, when I first got here, I was looking at some tape last year and I was trash. Yeah, I was da-da-da.
He didn't say he was trash.
I was looking at some tape last year. Well, you know, he's trying to be honest.
Stop putting words in his mouth.
He didn't say trash, but he
didn't say trash.
Where his progression is going, and he looks different from that. But you know, but he's talking about the only thing he knows: practice. He's talking about practice. He ain't talking about nothing on a level where he's like, man, I'm envisioning Miami out there. Like, no, he's, you know, remember he just got off of elbow recovery. So, you know, I wouldn't press the fast break for Steve. For CJ, like I would for those other two, but I would keep him close to the fire. You know, make him feel like, okay, I'm in it, even though I know I'm not in it, but I'm in it, though. That's what CJ's mind should be, just because I think he should get stronger, you know, all the physical things that got to take place in your second year of football. We have nothing to rush for, because we do still have two capable guys that are capable. You skipping the line for that for a guy that's talking like he's talking right now, I'm not convinced that he's even convinced that he's ready. So, you know, we're gonna take it how it is, but you can tell how the three talk, the differences between the three. And I think they're speaking honestly, and what they feel like they have as an advantage over each other, even though we try to mask it in this whole, I don't know what he's doing over there because I'm focused on me and I'm not worried about other guys. You're worried about other guys. If you wasn't, then it wouldn't be a competition. They'll just tell you who's starting, and then you just, okay, whatever, I don't care. You know, y'all all very much so care. So, you know, maybe you do it for the media. Yeah, focus on ourselves, but you're the quarterback of 105 guys on a top 3 program in the country with the keys to anything you want as a starter. You're paying attention. You ain't talking about I'm focused on myself. This ain't basketball. You got to be focused on that offensive line, that your coach, your player next to you. You got to be aware and observant, and you got to be no different than how Marcus Freeman is. Marcus Freeman would never sit there and tell you, oh, I'm just worried about myself. No. He's trying to build a program. You're trying to run a program. It's two different things, but the focus is the same. Marcus Freeman is trying to build a program, and the quarterback's trying to run the program on the field.
Lucky Lefty podcast, CJ Carr talking about his biggest strengths. Okay, let's listen, Left. Let's listen.
Year one, like every day, you just kind of come in here and try and get better than you were yesterday, and so that's the mindset that I've been going on for a few years now.
And then you've always taken pride in being a leader and everything, but were there a couple takeaways from Riley last year that you learned about college football? For sure. I said upstairs, like, Riley's one of the best human beings that I've been around. He's just the way he treats other people, whether it's your teammates, the way he responds to failure is something that I've a major part of his game that I've taken.
What do you feel your strengths are?
I think I'm a good quarterback, probably.
No, as a position, though. I mean,
yeah.
Not as a person.
Yeah. I think I throw the ball well. I can make all the throws. I'm athletic enough to do anything coach asked me to do, too.
Lord Jesus, man, we should. That Riley take us bad.
Wait.
That Riley take us bad, dog.
Look, stop. Maybe a little bit of Riley rubbed off.
Man, that brother sat there and said, that brother sat there and said nothing football related when it came to Riley Leonard. He said, man, the way that brother treat everybody up there, that's what I took from him. I ain't take no throwing, I ain't take no running, I ain't take none of that. I took the way he treated the man, that's a good Samaritan, good steward. And then the man said, what about playing? He said, I'm a good quarterback. Like, what's Riley? He ain't let that question seep in first. He was just because I believe that he was saying, CJ was saying,
he's not.
What did I take from the field? No. I'm a good quarterback. Oh, this dude.
He's a little bit short of G. Willigers. He's all shucks. He's like all shucks. He's not G. Willigers.
We playing football. This man didn't say nothing football about Riley.
You still throwing
on a football team. He didn't say nothing football related to Riley. He said, man, I love that guy. That just the way he treated it. Oh, man, that man brought cookies every time. And man, that man was nice. He was friendly. He was cool, man. That was a great dude. That's what I took from a 16-game season on a football team from the quarterback. Well, what do you think about on the flight? What do you do? That was your strength, CJ. Oh, I'm a good quarterback, though. I don't know about this dude. I'm good. I ain't that. He said, I can do everything. I don't know about. He said, I'm a good QB. Other ones, you know. That sucks, man. I hope if my football teammates are doing a football interview, that they say something football related. I don't want them to be like, man, that brother there can play the best Uno in the world. Man, that brother was the greatest Uno player. Man, he used to beat us in the locker room all the time, man. He used to take all my that Uno, that's Malik's game. I hope my football teammates and friends never talk about my greatest strength not doing something football related. I hope that the guys around me, that I set an example for something on the field as opposed to just being a nice guy. That was terrible. That was terrible. The media dude knew it was terrible and had to rephrase the question for him. And he said, "Oh, you."
He still.
He said, "Oh, my bad. Oh, my strengths. Oh, well, I mean, you know." Yeah, he got. You can tell everything about CJ. You can. Oh, he's just fresh. He's young. He don't know what's out there. You know, he's fresh. He's out, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not trusting that to go to no championship, though. I'm not trusting that to go to no championship. But he's gonna be good in time. Which is what's wrong with that? Dang, bro. Like why y'all trying to push this man out there and not be ready? He's not ready. No.
This is the crazy thing, love. I said it's a blessing in disguise for him. I told someone this. I said the blessing in disguise is that Notre Dame didn't close on Deuce. Because if Deuce had come in this January or doing bowl prep, he would have been the story. He would have been the story. It would have taken some of that shine. And people would have been waiting for Deuce. All right, now we want to see Deuce. We heard about CJ, but now we want to see Deuce. I like the spot that CJ's in. He can marinate.
That's what I said. CJ's in the best spot.
He's in a great spot. He's in a great spot.
He gets all the pub with no pressure to play for it. Come on, who doesn't like that? Who doesn't like being the anticipated guy that's not gonna get the chance, but it's okay because they still gonna hype you? Like, come on. If they call CJ the starter today, he would be surprised. Seriously, and there's nothing wrong with that. But that just shows you that we got guys capable. We're not forcing him to be in those spots.
Yes, there's no need to force him.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I hope
If
they're not thinking like, oh, he's
if
serious.
he's ready,
If he was ready, he wouldn't be talking like that. I just don't believe it. I just don't believe that. If CJ was ready, he wouldn't be talking like that.
Lucky Lefty podcast. So as we get ready to close out, 3 talented Chicago area players were on campus. 4-star 2027 quarterback Trey Taylor, 4-star wide receiver Quentin Burrell, and then 4-star defensive tackle out of Brother Rice, Braden Parks, 6'4", 275 pounds. Very talented crew, talented group. They were also there with 26 tight end, number 1 tight end on the board, Ian Primer. Notre Dame did an excellent job. Devin Henderson, 300-pound defensive tackle. Spoke to him. He talked about the biggest moment for him. This just goes you to see. You want to know if Marcus Freeman still has the same impact. I said, yo, what stood out? I'm thinking he's about to talk about practice or some other part of the experience. And he was like, man, Marcus Freeman made me a priority in the middle of practice and left the middle of the field to come over and talk to me and stand with me for 5 minutes. I was like, yo, that meant a lot to you, huh? I'm like, okay. But that just goes to show you, man, you never know what is going to be the switch for individual recruits. You just never know. You never know. But in talking to Trey Taylor, he allowed me to understand the thinking of Notre Dame when it comes to 27 quarterbacks. He had a great conversation with Marcus Freeman, Mike Denbrock, and also Gino Guidugli. They informed him that Notre Dame will not be making offers to any 27 quarterbacks until May. They are going to go and see all of the quarterbacks on their board throw in person in the month of April, and then give their offers out in May. That's the plan. So everybody's been like, yo, what are they doing with the 27 class? That is the plan. The offers will go out in May. That's what's been told.
Yeah.
That's what's been told. And I mean, heck, they got 4 quarterbacks in the room right now. So it's not like they're pressed. But I just think it's weird. I just think it's weird to, if you're going to go, if you value the quarterbacks enough to go see them in person, then just offer them, man. Like, just offer them. Just offer them. What's going to happen? Oh man, you offered me. I want to commit today. I just don't see these kids doing that. This landscape is too different, Left. There's too many people making offers, too many opportunities everywhere. But that's what they've decided to do, Left. That's what they decided to do.
That's interesting.
So we heard from Gino Guidugli. We heard from all 3 quarterbacks. We dropped some information. You go over to the message board, IB. I have a special intel piece about Trey Taylor. And see if I have another tidbit. Talking to Quentin Burrell right now. With Jackson Reynolds. That kid, he said, I could definitely see myself in the gold helmet. His 27 linebacker, Jackson Reynolds. He's like a top 150 player. 6'3", 205 pounds. He's out of Columbus, too. You steal him from the backyard.
That'd be good.
That's some audacity, right? That's audacity.
We're so quasi with this Chicago thing. It's kind of like everybody's our backyard. I wouldn't say we're outside looking in when it comes to the Midwest, just because territorially, who are we competing against other than just everybody in general? Like, who would you? I mean, we're competing with nobody any differently than how an Ohio State would compete with a Michigan, or Ohio State or Miami compete with a team there playing in ACC.
Yeah. Well, let's try to do it tomorrow morning, Left.
Yep.
Tomorrow morning, we will hear from Jawan Sider, the running backs, and a little bit more from Marcus Freeman. Tap in with us tomorrow morning right here, Lucky Lefty Podcast. We told you all season we going on the weekends. We might have a special guest. Guess who said they do? I got to tell you offline, we got 2 special guests coming up. One is your boy. What is your boy? He was out fishing this week. He hit us up on the Instagram page. Of course, Chicago area dude. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Now y'all got.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
What is that? What part of Chicago is that?
No, that's Chicago, boy. You hear that?
Okay. Yeah, right.
You hear that? You hear that?
What? What's
2 things. Either Shorty's bad. You hear that? Everybody in the party's turned around like, whoa, what are you talking about? Or depending on the neighborhood, you might want to start running.
Okay.
Yeah.
What they say? What they say? What they say?
Yeah, you hear that? You know what I'm saying? It's like you say that, cat's making a face. Cats standing on the wall, they see short.
Yeah. Say
Yeah, you don't even have to say nothing. Just like, yeah, shorty nice. Shorty nice. Shorty
All right.
nice.
Man, talk about E.
Man, it's in church too up here.
Okay.
It's like you see somebody clean in church with a nice little suit, something like that. You see them, they walk in.
Fly guy.
Yeah, fly guy. Yeah, that's how it is, man. Had different meanings, you know what I'm saying? Like when Kendrick said merchant. Like, dude, that's old. Like, we don't even say it anymore. Did somebody say something? Thank you for tapping in, everybody. Thank you for the super chats, GTBs. We appreciate you all. Don't forget, go to Believe. Go to Believe Network. You got to believe in LL, believe in Notre Dame. We got you covered all spring, all off season. Go Apple Podcast, Spotify, Lucky Lefty Podcast on Believe Network. Tap in, download, support us. This will drop tomorrow. Get it into your iPhones or whatever you connect to for your DSPs. Connect on Believe Network, Lucky Lefty Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, share, hit the like button. For Left, SD2 mics. Left is about to go get some of that Dukes. You guys make sure you continue to spit it different, man. We'll see you guys tomorrow.